Shakur Stevenson rips Vasyl Lomachenko, calls him scary, says he don't want none of the work. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Shakur Stevenson took to his social media. He says, man, Vasyl Lomachenko, I used to have a lot of respect for you, but you just as scary as everybody else I see. You rather retire than get in the ring with me. And he put a duck emoji. Shakur continues, there's no better options on the table for him. He tagged Lomachenko's manager, Aegis Clemens, and he says, tell your fighter to drop his nuts and get in the ring with me, duck emoji. Now, I don't know where any of this is coming from. Maybe behind the scenes, Shakur knows something that I'm not aware of, but he's saying that Lomachenko wants to retire. I'm not familiar with that. I know he's flirted with the idea, and he said he wanted Devin Haney, and there was a conversation where Shakur, I made a video about this. This is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business. Shakur, he had basically tweeted out, and he says, Devin Haney's ducking me, so Lomachenko, let's fight. I got a lot of respect for you. Something to this effect. And then Lomachenko kind of like politely declined and says, I'm after Devin Haney, something, something. But I guess with Devin Haney, it's all but announced that he's going to be fighting Regis Prograis, which is a difficult fight at 140. And he's fighting a champion, right? Now, listen, I got to say this too, since we on the subject. There's a lot of conversation where someone makes a decision to move up and take a dangerous foe. And some people in the world of boxing, they label it as a duck. Same thing happened with Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo gets an opportunity of a lifetime to fight against Canelo Alvarez. His mandatory at 154, where he's undisputed, is Tim Kazoo. And you have people who are really trying to suggest that Jermell Charlo was ducking Zoo by fighting Canelo. Man, stop. That just sounds too crazy. How are you ducking Tim Zoo to move up 14 pounds to fight a more accomplished and proven better in terms of their body of work, Canelo? I was born ready. Payday. You want payday? I know that, right? Canelo's done more. He has more fights. He's bigger. I can't consider that a duck from Jermell Charlo. Plus, the other thing is, it'd be one thing if he would fight Tim Tszyu in Australia and make more money than a Canelo fight, but we all know that's not the case. We know he'll make more money by fighting against Canelo Alvarez. So it's hard for me to say that's a duck. Same thing with the Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. I like the Shakur and Devin Haney fight if they were going to fight, but Devin Haney looks like kind of like Errol Spence has trouble making 47. It looks like Devin Haney has trouble making lightweight. So with that being said, it looks like he's trying to test the waters against the champion straight away, who's an awkward southpaw and confident guy and puncher, despite his last performance against Zorrilla not really being that great. Regis Prograis is still a sturdy and proven guy at 140. And when we're talking about punching power, he hits harder. They're both southpaws. Shakur and Regis Prograis, both southpaws. But this is at a higher weight. And this is a southpaw, in my opinion, who has more punching power than Shakur Stevenson. So to say that Devin Haney is terrified and ducking, it sounds a tad much. So he's ducking a southpaw who just moved up to lightweight, has one fight against an unknown like Japanese dude, but he's gonna move up and weight to fight a dangerous champion. Like, Shakur's not a champion. He's a great hell of a fighter, but he's not a champion at 35 yet, right? And he has all the skills, all the talent in the world. Regis Prograis is at a higher weight class and an awkward, bigger puncher, southpaw. And Regis Prograis is a champion. So it's hard for me to say Devin Haney's ducking smoke with Shakur. Truth be told, as much as I like Shakur and I think he's a top talent, he hasn't proven that he's unbeatable at lightweight with only one fight against not the top guy, Yoshino or whatever dude's name is. You see what I'm saying? So I had to clear that up. As far as Shakur, I think he's in a difficult position. Top talent, elite fighter, talented fighter, and he's part of this younger generation. So he's on Twitter and calling out people and stuff like that. But so far, it's not getting the job done. And I think people are going to grow tired of just like Twitter fingers dialogue and stuff. And he's going to have to demand of his people and his team to get him bigger fights, because it doesn't look like he's going to get Devin Haney. I don't know what's up with Lomachenko, but he's talking about Lomachenko might retire. Sounds like Lomachenko has other plans. So it gets to a point where who is Shakur really going to fight? Then when you look at a guy like Gervonta Davis, you got sides of the street, different promotional entities and spats and stuff like that. Tank is clearly the A side over anybody in those divisions. So, I mean, Shakur wouldn't hold the cards with no belt and 0 fights when Tank Davis is selling out arenas and, you know, doing great, and the Barclays setting records and these pay-per-views. All of his fights have been on pay-per-view since about Leo Santa Cruz. Shakur can't contend with that. And then in addition, Shakur is recently going at Steven Espinoza because he was left off of All Access. And he's like, man, y'all did this on purpose, my guy. And you know, I mean, he's talking to an exec who works with Tank, to say the least. You got an exec in Steven Espinoza, and he's working with Showtime, and Tank is working with Showtime, and Shakur is going back and forth, tit for tat with the head guy at Showtime. So to me, I'm not really thinking that's a reasonable fight, because again, you already have inherent issues with the A side and different networks, and then you're going in with the Showtime exec. I just don't see that putting you in a leveraged position. We'll see what's next for Shakur Stevenson, but Lomachenko fight might not happen according to what he's saying. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did. I'm the best in the business, and I'm out.